bilang paglilinaw po para sa ating mga kababayang Pilipino, no? Ang atin pong tinapos ngayong araw na ito, kung tawagin namin under the rules, is sufficiency in form. Ibig sabihin, dapat ng impeachment complaint, signed ng complainant, verified, based on personal knowledge and authentic records, may endorsement, resolution of endorsement ng member of the House. And with all these considerations, pinagtibay po ng boto ng mga miyembro ng Justice Committee na ang De Jesus complaint ay sufficient in form at ganun din ang Masa et al. Complaint ay sufficient din in form. No? Bukas po, tatalakayin naman ang sufficiency in substance. Pag sinabi po nating substance, dapat yun pong mga isinulat nila doon na pagkakamali ng impeachable official, they must constitute the offense, which is the ground for impeachment. The recital of facts must constitute the offense determinative of the jurisdiction of the Justice Committee. Hindi po sapat na nakasaad doon yung mga pagkakamali. Ang tanong, ito bang pagkakamaling ito ho ba ay impeachable offense? I hope I made it clear, no? At kagaya po ng nangyari kanina, bukas, pagkatapos pong talakayan ang sufficiency in substance, ang offense ba ay impeachable offense? Sapat ba ito para mag-constitute ng ground for impeachment? Boboto pong muli ang mga miyembro ng Justice Committee kung ang De Jesus complaint ay sufficient in substance at kung ang Masa et al. Complaint ay sufficient in substance. Again, kagaya po ng sinabi namin kanina, ito po'y preliminary matters of the entire proceeding of impeachment. And in determining form and substance, we are supposed to confine. Ang tututukan lang po namin ay kung ano ang nakasulat at nakikita namin sa impeachment complaint. We are not supposed to go beyond. Bawal pa po kaming makinig ng mga ebidensya to prove the allegations in the complaint. That will happen after these complaints pass the standards of form and substance. Sandali po for the guidance ng ating mga sumusubaybay sa atin, no? Mayroon pong 5 steps ang proceeding sa Justice Committee. 1, determination of sufficiency in form. Natapos na po yan ngayon. Bukas, uumpisahan po ang sufficiency in substance. No? On the assumption that the complaints will be declared both sufficient in form and substance, pupunta po tayo sa step 3. Bibigyan na ng notice ng Justice Committee ang respondent to file an answer. And even the complainants and the witnesses will be asked to submit their respective pleadings as well as evidences. Kung may mga affidavits and counter-affidavits, dapat po panumpaan before the Justice Committee. No? Kapag kumpleto na po ito, kung tawagin po namin to responsive pleadings, kapag kumpleto na yan, we will determine if there is sufficient basis that supports the impeachment complaint. Now, if the answer is yes, we proceed to step 4. Yung step 4 po, ito na po yung hearing proper. Papa-attendin na po natin ang complainant, iimbitahan ang complainant, ang witnesses, and even the respondent. Again, as to your question, paano kung hindi dumating yung respondent? It is his prerogative. Yun pong presence during the hearing, it's part of due process. Kung hindi siya darating, it only means that he is waiving his right to be present during the hearing. After the hearing proper, we proceed to step 5. That is the last step. We determine whether or not there is probable cause that supports the impeachment complaint. Whatever is the decision of the Justice Committee on the existence of probable cause, dapat po isulat namin yan sa committee report. And the committee report will be forwarded to the plenary for the approval of at least 1/3 of all the members of the House. If it will be approved by at least 1/3, that should be transmitted to the Senate for trial. Thank you.